quarterback to get them the ball. But I mean, as far as just their skill set, the Raiders are at a point now where I don't think they need to rush getting the quarterback in there. And just like what they did last year with Bowers, just let the board fall to them and just take the best player available. So that's why I had Genty going there. But I think they're going to be heavy into the veteran quarterback market, especially Gardner Minshew now being gone. They have a huge void at the quarterback spot, whether it's bringing in Justin Fields or Russell Wilson or somebody like that. I expect them to be heavy into the veteran market. But, starting your offense with Genty and then also Brock Bowers, that gives you two dynamic and explosive weapons. Just because he is my number 15 overall player on my big board, but quarterbacks are always going to be pushed up the board just because of how significant the position is, and need is always going to cause a lot of teams to reach on these quarterbacks. But with Shador, just talking about the fit with Kevin Stefanski, I think they fit perfect in the offense with Stefanski, just because he has a lot of experience with it, especially with Pat Shurmur in his time with Kevin Stefanski. They run a very similar scheme. He hasn't done as much under center stuff as what will be asked of him on an NFL level, but as far as the concepts, they run a lot of similar concepts as far as some stuff down the field, some play action stuff that Colorado was able to do this year. But Kevin really likes those guys that are extremely accurate, that can play on time, which is something that Shador definitely has to clean up, that it needs to improve on the next level. But as far as the fit with Kevin and Shador in that offense, I think it fits really well. But it would be a reach at 2. But when you need a quarterback, there's always going to be teams that do reach on that. And I think another added factor into this is that they have to win next year. So I think they have to come out of this draft with a quarterback at number 2 overall. But I have Cam ranked as my number 9 overall player, and then Shador as number 15. So there's not a significant gap, but there is a gap between the two right now.
Vegas Raiders, you did pick Ashan Genty to be the 6th overall pick in your mock draft. But even if we do pass on Ashan Genty, what would be the other options at number 6 overall? What would he go best player available, or they will go focus on a position need?
I mean, for the Raiders, you can list their needs as all of the above. They have so many needs on their roster right now. But if they do pass on Genty, I could see them going cornerback. I definitely think that's an area that they could look to address. They could go quarterback as well. Shador Sanders is there for them at number 6 overall. They could look to add to the offensive line or even the defensive line as well. So this really isn't a team that really needs to lock in on one position. They just really allow the board to fall to them. But I had them taking Genty just because just take a best player available approach, just like what they did with Brock Bowers last year. And we saw them end up with a blue chip type of talent. He went on to have a heck of a year last year. And then with Genty, I think he can have a similar type of impact on that offense. Of course, they have to get quarterback figured out, but I think they're going to look to bring in a veteran, whether it's Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, Sam Darnold, somebody like that. I don't think they're going to be in a rush to find a solution at quarterback unless one of these guys falls to them at number 6 overall. But that was my thinking behind the pick. Just take the best player available.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.